Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Sideshow Collectibles G.I.JOE, a real American hero, the intelligence officer known as the Baroness. This figure comes packaged in a really neat box for ages 14 and up, as Baroness does come with some small accessories. This also is the Sideshow exclusive. Spot will discuss that further when we get the figure out of packaging, but essentially with the Sideshow exclusive, not only are you getting the head that you see on the front of the box there, but you're also getting an alternate head too, and an alternate pair of glasses. Down below at the bottom of the box, we've got Cobra the Enemy, something that, as a collector of the old 80s G.I. Joe Real American Hero figures, you probably would have recognized these growing up, that logo. Speaking of recognizing, certainly on the other side, the side of the box, something else that you probably would recognize behind the image of the full-scale 1/6 figure Baroness is the really neat starburst effect that would have also been packaged on the Real American Hero cards. It certainly shows that Sideshow Collectibles has really put a lot of effort into releasing this figure, and I like the fact that they've included this. Speaking of including, though, the only thing that they didn't include on the box was flag points. A very small thing, but certainly would have been a fun nod for collectors. On the back of the box, specifications, classified. We have the image of the Baroness figure, a few close-ups of the face, a couple of the accessories that she comes with. Also, be on the lookout for other figures from Sideshow Collectibles under the G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero banner. You can also get the Storm Shadow and Cobra Commander. The Storm Shadow, I would not probably be too excited about getting, but I can tell you the Cobra Commander looks like something I would definitely want to add to my collection. Also, going back to the idea that they've included things that are nods to the old 80s packaging, they've also included a file card. They've actually included a file card on the back of the box of Baroness here. The Baroness file card says Cobra Intelligence Officer, primary military specialty is intelligence, secondary military specialty is fixed wing pilot. Birthplace is classified. The spoiled offspring of wealthy European aristocrats, the Baroness graduated from student radicalism into international terrorism and finally into the ranks of Cobra. She was severely burned during a Cobra night attack operation and has had extensive plastic surgery. Rumor has it that she is the only one who knows Destro's secret identity. Qualified expert in the M16, the AK-47, the RPG-7, the Uzi, and as well, she is a HISS tank operator. The quote for Baroness says, her principal weakness is in her division of her loyalty between Cobra Commander and Destro. Her chief strength would seem to lie in her ability to play them against one another. Which works, but certainly in the cartoon, you could tell that Baroness was definitely more a Destro kind of girl than Cobra Commander. That is certainly not the end of packaging. Also, on the inside of the packaging, there's a little flap here. You can open it up. And on the inside, you see the Baroness with the alternate head, and of course we'll get into that in a second, but there's also a little side read up here as well. I'll zoom in so that if you guys are interested, you can certainly have a look and read up on it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take myself a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and when we come back, we are going to have a better look at the Baroness. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Included with the Baroness, you get yourself a Sideshow Collectibles display base. Now really, this display base could have easily just been a singular black color, nothing really on the front. I'm so happy to see that Sideshow Collectibles actually put a Cobra logo on the top of that. That really shows this base off, and by having the Baroness standing on it, it really brings everything together. So I love the fact that they included that on the base. Nice touch. She does have the standard neck display base, with the little clamp on the top that you can have the Baroness figure standing on. Moving that out of the way. And let's have a look at Baroness. And Spot's got to say, I'm really impressed with how she turned out. She is a 12-inch tall figure. The majority of what she is wearing is a tailored fabric bodysuit. The bodysuit really is from neck down to her ankle, and then she's just wearing the additional armor pieces over top. Obviously, the best way to start this review is let's start by having a look at that face. That face is phenomenal. If you grew up really with the G.I. Joe cartoon, and I would say really of all the 80s properties shows, Spot was always really more into G.I. Joe than I was with Transformers. I just was always more a G.I. Joe fan. So by getting a 12-inch version of the Baroness is a dream come true. The face, though, is really nice. Above and beyond, really, they could have easily just given us a straight, regular face for the Baroness, but instead, we get ourselves this neat smirk. You can see that the one corner of her lip is giving us this smirk gesture. Either that she knows something that we don't know, or that Corporate Commander doesn't know, or she definitely is plotting something. She has the raised eyebrows, also a really nice touch, and some really nice paint in her face. She's got a gloss paint on the lips themselves, just giving them that nice wet look. And then really above and beyond that, I would have expected it to be just a singular color for the flesh color used in the face, but instead it looks like they've given us a couple of different washes to the face to give it that kind of that golden color, that golden tanned color that she had in the show. It's just a really, really neat touch. Now she's got the straight hair. This would be the regular version head. So if you had a chance to get the Baroness and you didn't get yourself the Sideshow exclusive, then this would be the head that you're going to get. And to take nothing away from this head sculpt or the hair that they put on the standard head, I think it turned out really nice. Like the hair itself is straight hair. It does kind of billow a little bit over the shoulder section here, but it's got a nice flow to it, and it's like a pliable kind of rubber material that they used for the hair. But you can see all the individual fibers, all the individual strands of hair that they've sculpted into the piece. She has a really nice side profile. Again, using the idea that this hair is kind of billowing over, kind of flowing over the shoulder pads of her armor. Again, it's just a really nice touch. Now, her alternate head, she does have an alternate head if you were able to pick up the Sideshow exclusive. The Sideshow exclusive, by comparison, you can see that the hair is billowed to the side, kind of blowing off to the side. I would say the face sculpt is pretty much on par with the regular standard head. There is nothing different between the two, but really where you're going to get more of the contrast is with the hair. I think I'm happier with getting the Sideshow exclusive because I like this. I like the blowing off to the side hair, especially when you get her posed in a certain way. When you start getting her sporting the bullpup assault rifle that we'll have a look at in a second, or really even her submachine gun, just having her standing in a certain way, you can really have it look as if she's standing in the wind is blowing her hair to the side. And again, that's a really nice touch. Also, with the inclusion of the alternate head, she does also have an alternate pair of glasses. It is entirely your prerogative as to which pair you'd like to go with. Currently, she's wearing the bottle-shaped glasses, the round-shaped glasses. Or also, you can get ones that are the more rectangular glasses as well. I'm a more kind of leaning towards these kind of glasses, the alternate glasses, than the glasses right here. But you can remove either one. You can just take the glasses off here. And they don't really even pin in. They're kind of just hinged on the inside. Basically, the hair is really what's keeping those glasses on. So you can just take them off. You have to be a little careful on the side here, because these are just a wireframe pair of glasses. And you can take the alternate glasses and just kind of, I lift the hair just to the side a little bit, just to get them tucked in there. But they do sit in there. I mean, I have no issues getting the glasses in there. You can have the glasses a little further up. I kind of like the glasses down. I mean, it kind of gives her that librarian kind of look to her. But again, it's such a really nice touch that they gave us two different glasses. Now, to change out the head, what you're going to do is you're just going to take these glasses off. I'm going to take these off first because I just don't want anything happening to them. Just take them off like so. And you're just going to grab the upper torso. I kind of just grab it right around that neck area, right around here, just to kind of give myself a bit of a grip. And you just want to wiggle it. Just a little bit of wiggling to get that head to pop off. And with the change out of the head, you can see what a drastic difference you get with the Baroness. It has really such a dynamic look to it by having the hair blowing off to the side. And you can see what I mean when I was talking about the square glasses. Again, it just changes out the look of Baroness. I love this blowing off to the side. So really when I'm ready to pose her, I'm probably going to have like the head to the side and again, just the hair looking as if it's being blown off to, almost as if she's standing on the edge of a cliff. Maybe with her machinery in hand, perhaps waiting for Destro to be on his way. Having a look at the rest of the suit, now again, Spot was mentioning it is a tailored fabric suit, so it's going really from the top. She's got a little collared top piece to her suit, and again, it just goes all the way down to her lower legs, or to the ankle area there. Now, on top of that, she's got additional pieces of course the armor that we would see in the cartoon. She had the very similar armor. It's not quite the same coloring as the black on the body suit. This could have been a little bit darker, but I can see where they were going with it. I also like the inclusion of the fasteners, the little fastener ties, where you can see that this whole armor piece was attached to itself. She's got the same strapping right along the top area there, right by the shoulder pads. The shoulder pads have a little bit of movement to them, so moving the arms, these don't get in the way at all. When we get down to the other details, like the inclusion of the raised Cobra logo, which, again, could have just been a painted-on application to the chest armor plate, but instead they've given us this neat, really nice raised logo. So a nice touch. And the rest of the bodysuit, she's got the Cobra logo on her belt. And actually, there's some really nice detailings on the pockets. She has several different pockets, 3 on the front, 3 on the one side, 1 on the other. These aren't open. These ones can't be opened. They're just a detailed piece. However, on the very side, you'll see 2 pockets right on the side there, and they actually have openings. She does come included with, if I can just reach off to the side here, she does come included with a clip, a magazine clip, that you can take, like so, and we're just going to put those in. They're a little harder just because you have to kind of lift back the belt area here to slide them into place. But it does allow you to actually fit both magazine clips that come included with the submachine pistol that she is also included with as well. So she does have the additional pockets there. Just going to take this out here. It's a bit of a tighter fit too. Just pop that out, and just took the glasses off there for a second, but you can see, let me just get her to prop up here for a second. Just stand for a second, Baroness. The inside of the magazine clip actually has even a painted-in bullet. And again, a detail that could have been left off, because you're really going to have the magazine clip either in her belt pocket pouch, or you're going to have it in the submachine pistol. So again, a really, really nice touch. The glass is just unpegged here. Just get them pegged back into place. And again, they just sandwich underneath. You kind of have to take the hinge, just sandwich it underneath, and there you go. Good as new. She also does have, on the pockets here, speaking of pockets, she also has a side holster, which you can, there's a little snap, a little flap here. You can take her submachine pistol and you can put it into the belt. I thought initially it wasn't going to fit, but it fits quite easily. No problems whatsoever there. There's some back detailing on all these straps. I mean, there's really a lot of straps that they put on the Baroness. When you count, the belt, the straps around the sides, and then of course down to the sides of the legs, where she's got these thigh-high boots. that they've also given her. There's really a lot of extra pieces that they've put on this one suit, this fabric bodysuit of hers. She does also have, I'll just move this out of the way, she has a pocket just on the side there, which can also house a very nicely detailed knife. It's nice silver in the blade, black in the handle. You can take that and just slide it into the holster like so. And really, I mean, you factor in the magazines, which can go on the side. You factor in the submachine pistol, which fits into the side holster here, and you factor in the blade section to house the knife. She keeps really all of her accessories on her. The only thing that would not be fit on the Baroness is the bullpup assault rifle that we'll have a look at in a second. But I like that everything can go on the Baroness. Everything fits. Everything is out of the way. And if you need it, you have everything randomly, or you have everything accessible. So that's a nice touch. Let's have a look at the other accessories that she does come with. Being that she's also a sideshow figure, she of course will come with several different hands. Baroness will come with 2 flat palms, which I can imagine would be probably there for saluting, if you want to have her saluting Cobra Commander. But she does have 2 flat palms. She has 2 regular holding hands. Or really, well, I guess really one is a holding hand for a firearm or knife. And then she's got 2 of these kind of hands that look like they would be ideal for having her hold the glasses. Fear not, certainly if she does come with obviously the pegs in her wrist currently, but Sideshow has also included an extra 3 clips, 3 hand clips, and 1 extra ball joint clip for her head. So if you have any problem, and sometimes it may not be a case where they break off, but sometimes spots had it certainly where you take a head off and the ball joint, the ball socket has come out with the head. Instead of trying to fight, instead of trying to pry that socket back out, why not just have the extra socket? So I'm glad that they included that. You can take the hands, and again, you wiggle them out. It's a little bit smaller of a peg, but they fit out very easily. And just wiggle this back on to get the interchangeable, the changed out hands back into place. And with a little bit of adjusting, you can certainly have her holding her glasses, or again, you could have her holding any weapon that you want to have her displayed with. Having a look at her bullpup assault rifle. This, of course, being the largest accessory that she comes with. Some really nice detailing on the bullpup assault rifle. It's really of a good size. I like the coloring as well. It's not a straight black color. In fact, I would probably gauge it closer to being more like a dark gray. There is a swing sight that just sits up at the top of the gun there, the rifle. And then from here, you do also get yourself a sniper or silencer that can go into the end there. And also, it has its own magazine clip, once again with the detailed bullets inside. And this just snaps into place at the bottom there. But you get yourself a really large weapon. I don't know if I would prefer to have her displayed with the submachine pistol, or if I prefer this big mammoth bullpup assault rifle. But I mean, either way, both of them look exquisite, adorned, or having the Baroness holding either or. Really, again, a nice inclusion, a nice extra accessory. In the way of Baroness's articulation, well, of course, she does have a ball joint. Now, the ball joint, actually, there's a ball joint at the very top, right by her neck, and there's also one down below her neck as well. In fact, when we looked at the ball joints, you can see where the 2 ball joints would work independently from one another. So you do get movement in the upper torso, or the upper head, but you also get it down at the bottom of the socket as well. So some nice articulation there. She does have a crunch swivel at the bicep section here. The chest piece here is not too much of a hindrance either, so when rotating it does rotate still fine. This just shifts around ever so slightly. She has hinged socket shoulders, so the shoulders will go forward, will go back out. She does have she doesn't have a rotation actually in the bicep area here. This is all one straight piece. However, she does have a bend and rotation in the arm. She has, of course, the rotation in the wrist, which has a slight pivot. Seems almost like it ratchets itself. A little bit of ratchet joint there. And then when you get to her legs, the legs go forward, back, out. She does have a bend, or it looks to be a double bend in the knee, and also a bend and pivot in the foot. So, I mean, really, between the articulation, the additional sculpted hair in the head here, you can get some really nice dynamic poses from the Baroness. Spot's extremely impressed with how Sideshow approached and ended up executing this figure. The additional articulation, the additional certainly accessories, including of course the knife, the submachine pistol, and the very large bullpup rifle are all nice inclusions. Personally, I think you could go either or. If you had a chance to get the standard head on the Baroness, still is a phenomenal figure, but I think the real draw for me is the additional head. Now, if you are looking to get yourself your hands on the Sideshow exclusive Baroness, I would definitely say click the link down below. You can go over to Sideshow Collectibles website and you can order the Baroness yourself. With this figure being really under $200, a 12-inch version of my childhood is, again, a dream come true. And really, to the fact that now Sideshow Collectibles has produced this Baroness, it's not to say that they certainly can't continue releasing versions of this character. I would even really love to see them approach this figure with the blue costume and perhaps even the green shaded tinted glasses to give us a first appearance Baroness that we got in the earlier miniseries of G.I. Joe. The black costume definitely works exceptionally well. The extra armor pieces over top of just the standard bodysuit, again, really brings this character to life. This is really my first effort, or my first venture into getting a Sideshow Collectibles G.I. Joe piece, but I can definitely say that this will not be my last. If you are a fan of G.I. Joe like myself, and you've grown up and watched the G.I. Joe series like I have, I think this is a must-have figure to add to your collection. Today's collectible spot, we were having a look at the Sideshow Collectibles. This was the Sideshow exclusive Baroness with the alternate head sculpt. Thanks for watching, guys, and let me know down below what you guys think of this particular figure, and certainly stay tuned. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.